Hey guys, this is Sergeant Phoenix back in the action, and today we are on another experimental deck episode, and I've decided to use one of the most unknown decks in dueling. Only a handful of people know about these, and those are mostly tournament users. These are known as worms, and they're reptiles in all light attributes. So I decided, since they mostly work with flip effects, because they're all flip effects if you can read, why can't I find a deck that can work with them? So I've added in a few cards for support and see what we can do with them. Since they're mostly based on flip, I had to work on the book spells just for extra support. So I will test it on one of the most challenging decks that could ruin this deck. The Lockdown Duel against Armstrong. And the reason I've chose Armstrong is his deck is based on sending all of your cards to the graveyard. I call it a draining deck. His is an Iron Chain one. You say I went against him on the episode Lockdown Part 1 and 2 when he used a lot of Prisoner's favourite cards put together. Obviously won. So I decided, since his deck is built on discarding cards and my deck relies on mostly draining some of it for the future fusion, why can't I see how far I can push the deck? So we're going to use this duel. So as you can see, I've added these cards in for support, so I'll go first. It's not a really powerful deck, this, but there are ways you could support it, which I'm doing. You could add the books spells, which are Book of Moon, Book of Eclipse, and other ones, to keep playing all of yours and your opponent's cards face down. So it would help you a lot. So now I don't take any battle damage evolving. I'm only going to play it when he plays a certain combo. Because his deck is built on not just destroying it, not just sending your cards from your deck to your graveyard, but dealing damage to you each time. That's the card I need to get rid of. Because I have to discard a card to activate in order for my monsters to be able to attack. So his deck are Iron Chains, if you can see. And if I don't attack, I lose a card, and I lose 300 points thanks to Paralysed Chain. Add this. Illuminous Spark, because it'll give all my light attributes 500 more attack, but they'll lose 400 defense. So I've got this one in for support. The reason I have to play face down because I can only attack when it gets played, when it gets flipped. And when it attacks, it goes face down again. So as you can see, I've built up quite affordable defense. So I need to force them in. And as you can see, like, Book of Moon, play them all face up. Because I always use this deck. I always use can't talk. Armstrong's deck is what I always use for building combos. Because it's a drainer deck, so if I can figure out ways to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Luckily I didn't get rid of the one I needed. And I'll show you what I mean in a minute. So that goes face down, but I don't need these anymore. It's this one I need. So I'll have to wait for a bit. But it's an alright deck if you're practicing. Like I said, most of these decks are practice based. But now we can destroy that one. It hasn't got that many defense. Play this. When I remove a card from play, I can deal double the attack. Adding DNA transplant to this, if you're gonna add in Xyz and Synchros, is good. And I'm gonna have to try and get a certain card out, even if it means I'm gonna lose a chance to deal a lot of damage to my opponent. Because I want to demonstrate how this deck can be fully used. play its effect. I can use an Exceed material to add a certain worm. This is the one I want. Reason being, it'll give 500 points for every worm in your graveyard. So I could gain, literally, a ton of attack points in one turn. I've got this thing up to nearly, up to 11,000 points in one turn. And I could probably finish this duel, so I'll just do another duel as well, so... Ah, crap. It doesn't matter. Special normal summon him. His effect, when it's normal summon, I can send a worm from my deck to the graveyard. I'll send this one. I lose 600 points from the combo. Play a monster reborn to bring victory back. See, I've already got a monster on the field with 500 attack points. I can now instantly like that wipe out my opponent. So this deck can be used on other decks. So let's have another practice. Let's try. Let's see what duels we got. Who'd be a challenge? Trying to see who'd be good to practice against. Let's try Zexal, see if that's any good. This will be a challenge, because a Utopia deck is really powerful when used correctly. So we managed to get 2 duels in the price of 1 episode, so that's good. Because with my last one, if you haven't seen the Utopia experiment deck, it did take me quite a little bit, because all the cards I use are almost pretty much continuous. And there's only 3 Utopias in it. And that deck's based on powering up Utopia to its ultimate level. So let's see. Keep this. You play Zex. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Zex. And I'll play this one. Reason being, because if I have this face up on the field while it's in the graveyard, I can special summon this face down. So worm decks are based on supporting one another. Now I can't risk playing this. I'll just play this. I'm not activating Eclipse because that's when I'm going to summon out I need my opponent to play his most powerful cards straight away. Then I can just play anything I want then. So I've got everything here. Who should I send? Play this one face down in case my opponent tries using that. Exceed summon my feral imp monster. Then I can use the overlay unit to add victory back into my hand. So in this situation, it's pretty much a win-win. I'll end my turn. You just have to be lucky that your opponent doesn't play out all the best cards they have. See what I mean? Now we can summon Utopia out. Numeron Force. Now he can summon 99 because now he's able to discard. If he discards a rank up magic, he can do it. Hold on. Week of Eclipse. This got him. Now I can play everything he's got. Destroy that face down. Xyz Reborn. Just last thing I need is him having control of that. Hold on, let's see if it works when it's a normal summon as well. Nope, only when it's normal summoned. I'll play this. I'm not going to play a worm yet. I cannot risk playing it. And guess what I can do now? If I wanted to. I could summon number 99 straight away if I can. Let's see. I could summon it. Maybe I couldn't. But it would be best to... But I'm going to. Yeah, how many... you don't get the chance normally, so I might as well take it. Play this. Discard. Add. Zex back to my hand. So now I have an arsenal of monsters. So even if my opponent's got the chance to summon out one creature, he can't take on all of these at once. Flip. Gains 300, but I don't want it. So let's see how many worms I've got, including them ones. 1,000, 15, 2,000. So we'd only have 2,000. Since I can win in one turn, I might as well. Giant Rat. Now he's going to summon his Earth attribute. Now I can just wipe him out if I'm lucky. Nope. Still got to wait a time. Look at that. I'm taking on a Utopia deck. And I haven't took one of his most powerful monsters. I haven't got a scratch on me yet. But I have to hope he doesn't have anything up his sleeve. But even if he does, I've still got Utopic Dragon, which will help me. Yep, he'll take on Victory, obviously. I love that animation. I can't wait, because if you don't know, they're working on augmented reality. They've got... Nope. Nice try. Ah, he's got another one. Let's see. I can't attack him. But I'll just have to... So I guess I'll just have to keep playing defense. Luckily, he can only activate its effect since he needs less than 1,000. Damn it. And I've lost. I had to jinx it. But at least you've got examples, though, of what the weaknesses are in the deck. It needs more support with summoning out monsters. So if I special summon one, I could play a reckless summon to summon as many as I could. So that's a demonstration of what the deck's strengths and its weaknesses are. It can take on certain decks, but it needs support on protection and support on summoning more of them and playing them face down. I could remove certain things, and I've only added these two in because, well, these are actually not banned anymore in 2018 rules. Pot of Greed still is. which is understandable because, you know, Utopia, Exodia decks, sorry, not Utopia decks, Exodia. Because you could just play out, if you're lucky, you could just draw out all 5 pieces straight away. You know, you can have 3 of those now in each deck. But the next video I'm going to try and do will be either a gameplay or a deck profile. I'll do a gameplay of Tomb Raider right after this. And it'll be part 9, I believe it is. Yep, part 9. Oh, this is my Arcana Force deck that I was just tinkering around with. I had my Orion deck. I had a Temple of the Kings on for support. I've got a 5-headed dragon experiment deck as well for experimenting. Fortune Ladies for experimenting. That's not. Fiends. A ninja deck as well. A friend of mine asked if I could do a deck experiment on ninjas. Ninjas are alright, but they're not really powerful. I wouldn't use them, but he asked me, so if you can, comment down below on what your next deck profile will be. So until then, sorry, this is my first ever deck I wanted to build when I got the chance. A Chaos number deck, I call it. Oh, and it's a Chaos Swarm, sorry. Because evil swarms, rank up magics, and all the Chaos numbers with the Barry and Hope, if you can't see it. Hold on, things messing about. You know, it was a deck I worked on a long time ago, but it is a good deck. So if you can suggest any deck profiles on or experiments you want me to do, comment down below. And remember, if we can hit 20 to 25 subscribers as soon as possible, I'll do a full story deck profile on Yusei Fudo's deck with all the junks, all the synchros, all the tuners, like I showed on my last deck profile on Time Lords. So until then, this is Sergeant Phoenix, over and out.